Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we're going to be comparing three 4K televisions which are 43 inches and which come below 23,000 Indian rupees. And this is during the sale that is happening across Amazon and on Flipkart, but we are mostly focusing on the sale on Flipkart. And we're going to talk about why we are talking about the sale on Flipkart only and not on Amazon. Stick around till the end of this video to find out why. Flipkart does not pay me, and of course, this is not a paid promotional video for Flipkart. There's a reason, why I recommend that you buy these from Flipkart, and I'm going to explain that in this video. Another thing that I would want to start off with is a word of advice. Now, these sales that happen on Flipkart and Amazon, they will come, they will go, and they will come again. There will always be a Diwali sale, there will be a Christmas sale, etc. etc. What I want to say is that do not buy anything in a hurry. Do not rush into buying anything. You will always have these sales happening, and these online sites will always push for you to buy something and buy in a hurry. But what I would recommend you to do is to do some homework, do a lot of research, and put in some effort into watching videos like mine or other YouTubers and get to find out about what these televisions have to really offer, and then make an informed decision before making your next purchase. So with that said, let's dig into this video comparison of these three televisions, and let's find out which one I would personally recommend mostly. Alrighty, so let's start off by talking about these three televisions. In case you're wondering why only these three, why not other televisions in this price range? First of all, they are slightly more expensive. Also, there are many other brands, which are out there, which come at a price which is above 25,000. Now, what I did find is that for televisions below 23,000, these are the top three picks that I personally have. So let's dig into each of them and find out why I personally chose them for this list and which one is the most highly recommended one. Now, the first one is the MarQ Flipkart television, and it's the MarQ by Flipkart Innoview, and this makes the list primarily because of its pricing. It offers very competitive pricing, and that's why it made the list. And by the way, that's one of the key reasons as to why you have these three televisions out here. The first and foremost reason why they're here is because of the pricing, and secondly, they're here because of the features that it offers for that pricing. And lastly, we are also going to take a look at how the user community has actually responded to these three televisions. What do they feel about it? So these are the performance measures that we're going to look at while we review these three televisions in depth. So moving on to the second television on the list, that is the Kodak Television. And I have, by the way, put the model number of the Kodak television and all the other televisions as well out here. Now, there again is a reason as to why I have put the model numbers. I am going to speak about it towards the end of the video, so please stick around till the end of the video to find out why these model numbers have actually been put up. Lastly, we have the iFFALCON by TCL. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a TV from 2019 and not from 2020. Let me explain again that this is not the comparison of the latest televisions per se, but televisions which come below the 23,000 mark. So you may not have the latest ones here, but nonetheless, they do offer good value for money, and that's why they made this list. So let's begin by let's start by talking about the pricing. That is, the most competitive in terms of pricing would be the MarQ TV at 19,999. And let me also tell you that all these televisions, whatever pricing that you see out here, the MarQ comes in at 19,999, which is below 20,000. The Kodak television comes at 22,499, and the iFFALCON television comes for 22,999. Now, all the pricing that you see here, you more or less get offers all the time around. Now, this time around on this discount, you have a further discount for users who have an Axis Bank credit or debit card. So you get an additional 1,500 rupees off. So whatever pricing you're seeing here on screen, you have the ability to get another 1,500 rupees off. So effectively, if you look at the first television, which is MarQ, you actually can get it at an effective price of around 18,500. Now that for a 43-inch 4K television is extremely competitive, and that's why it definitely makes the cut in this list. Now, same goes for Kodak. You can just reduce the pricing by another 1,500, and even for the TCL iFFALCON television. Now, in terms of the processing power, all come with quad-core processors. You have similar processors on all, especially the MarQ, and the Kodak television has the MediaTek CA53, and then you have the A55 on the TCL iFFALCON television. Now, again, the iFFALCON TV is from 2019 and it's not a 2020 model, whereas the other two televisions have actually been released in 2020. Now, as far as the RAM goes, least amount of RAM appears in the MarQ television, and then the Kodak television has a very unusual 1.75 gigs of RAM. And finally, the only television in this list which has 2 gigabytes worth of RAM is the iFFALCON television, and same goes for the storage as well. The iFFALCON television has 16 gigabytes worth of storage, whereas the Kodak and MarQ only have 8 gigabytes worth of storage. All come with Android 9 TV OS, and in terms of navigation, in terms of the operating system experience, they are more or less going to be the same. Now, all the panels come with a 60 Hz refresh rate, so it's standard across all the 3 televisions, and all 3 televisions also come with HDR. Now, however, the point to note here is that the iFFALCON television and the Kodak television come with 10-bit panels, whereas the MarQ television comes with an 8-bit panel, so it only has HDR, whereas Kodak has Dolby Vision and your iFFALCON has HLG or HDR10. 10-bit panels compared to 8-bit panels are obviously going to be better, and the Dolby Vision experience and the HDR10 Plus experience is obviously going to be better than the HDR10 experience on MarQ televisions. So this may be one of the defining features for your purchasing decision. So please keep that in mind while you make this purchase. Now, Dolby Vision, of course, is also a better standard of the HDR. So a lot of people do prefer Dolby Vision over just a standard HDR. And only your Kodak television on this list actually has Dolby Vision. Your iFFALCON does not have it, and your MarQ does not have Dolby Vision. So that's your Dolby Vision. Moving over to Dolby Audio, all the 3 televisions have Dolby Audio, so it's standard across all the 3 televisions. However, when it comes to the sound output, you have 30 watts sound output on the Kodak television and only 20 watts sound output on the iFFALCON and on the MarQ Flipkart Innoview television. Now, apart from that, this may be another defining feature, and that is the Wi-Fi connectivity. Now, surprisingly, the only television that comes with dual band Wi-Fi on this list is the MarQ television. It comes with support for both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi bands. And as far as Kodak goes, as far as iFFALCON goes, surprisingly, it only comes with single band Wi-Fi, which is the 2.4 gigahertz worth of Wi-Fi. Now, in a lot of cases, you may have to upgrade your router if you want internet speeds of over 100 to 150 Mbps. So in that case, those routers may not be compatible with your Kodak and with your iFFALCON televisions, and it may only be compatible with your MarQ television. Having said that, I do have my Nokia television 50 inches with the OnQ soundbar running on just 2.4 gigahertz with only 15 to 16 Mbps, and rest assured, the movie quality or the picture quality is seamless. It works effortlessly, so no problems whatsoever, even with the single band Wi-Fi. However, having said that, it depends on where your router is placed in your house and how fast is your internet speed. Based on that, some people may turn to televisions which have dual band Wi-Fi and not single band. So please keep this in mind while you're purchasing this television. Apart from that, the next feature is the MEMC feature, which is nothing but motion smoothing or motion interpolation. Now, what I mean by that is that all your television content is generally played at a frame rate of 60 frames per second. Now, please keep in mind that all the movies that you see are natively shot in 24 frames per second. When you play those 24 frames per second at 60 FPS, what the television does is through algorithms, it places additional frames in between so that the video has a smoothing effect. Now, what it does to your movies is it has what the industry experts call a soap opera effect. Some people like it, some people hate it. In fact, movie makers hate it, they're not fond of it, they do not recommend it. And even if you have motion smoothing on your television, a lot of famous celebrities, directors, actors, etc. recommend that you turn it off while watching your movie content. So what's this MEMC for? In case you're a person who consumes a lot of sports content, for instance, if you're watching fast moving sports like car races or soccer or football, etc., then MEMC definitely comes handy. Now, between all these three televisions, the only television which offers MEMC at this price range is the Kodak Television. Now, you do not have motion smoothing or MEMC on your MarQ, or you do not have it on the iFFALCON. Now, in my personal opinion, it is better to have the feature and an ability to turn it on or off than not having it at all. Now, again, this is a personal preference. Like I said, some people like it, some people don't. So based on whether you are one of those people who likes it, then go with the Kodak. If you don't like it, then you can choose from any of these three televisions. Now, lastly, we come to the ratings or the reviews that the users who have purchased this television have put out. Now, the MarQ television is the lowest in this list at 4.3, and you have iFalcon at 4.4. Now, in case you're wondering, why does iFalcon have so many ratings and so many reviews? Now, like I said at the start of this video, it is a comparatively older TV. It's been around for over a year now, and it was released in 2019. So no wonder it has over 27,000 ratings and over 4,200 reviews. And they're mostly positive. It's 4.4, and Kodak has surprisingly a rating of 4.5 star, and even that has comparatively higher ratings and reviews than the MarQ television, and that's 6,900 ratings and 2,502 reviews. Now, before I finally conclude, a few points that I would like to point out is, number one, why did I mention at the start of the video that purchase these televisions from Flipkart and Flipkart only and not from Amazon? Well, first of all, the pricing is definitely one of the key factors. Secondly, Flipkart offers something called a complete protection plan with these televisions, and I would highly recommend that you select that option while you're making your purchase. What it does is, first of all, it covers a lot of issues that you may have with your TV. It even covers, your panel damage, etc. So you may even have a scenario where your panel is damaged and they will replace the panel for you. All their terms and conditions are mentioned in their complete protection online page. So you may want to check that before you select that option, but I personally would recommend that you do. Another reason why you should select the complete protection is because at the end of 3 years, you would get a television exchange value of 30%. Now that is significant. So if you're exchanging your television, if you're moving over to the next generation of TVs, I'm sure a lot of us, are very curious to find out what the next gen of TVs would offer. Then again, I would suggest and highly recommend that you choose that option. So that's one of the reasons why I suggest that you buy these televisions from Flipkart and not from Amazon. Now, the second thing that I did mention I would talk about is the model number. Now, the Kodak television that you see out here, there are other 43-inch Kodak televisions available as well, but they are the older models. So while you're making the purchase, if you're making this purchase of Kodak televisions, please make sure that you select this option only, which is the 43CA2022. The reason why I say that is because the older televisions do not come with MEMC. And also aesthetically, they are not as good to look at, meaning they have thicker bezels all around, and the bezels they're also shiny. They don't look good. The bottom line is that. Now, this model in particular, the CA model, aesthetically is very pleasing to look at, comes with MEMC and comes with Dolby Vision, and is a comparatively newer model. So if you're planning to purchase the Kodak television, then please make sure that you only go for this particular model number. Having said that, let's bring it all in. Now, if I were to make a purchase, I would make a purchase based on the features that I'm getting for the pricing that I am paying. Now, based on that, the only television on this particular list that has the highest number of features is the Kodak Television. You have Dolby Vision, you have Dolby Audio with the highest sound output, plus you have the MEMC technology in case you are a sports fan and you consume a lot of content which has to do with sports. So my top pick from these three televisions would be the Kodak 43-inch TV. The CA2022 is the model number, and in this Flipkart sale you can get it for below 22,000. So at that price point, this is a very good value for money proposition, and I would highly suggest that you go for the Kodak television. Now, with that said, that's my personal pick, but in case you find something that I may not have spoken about in this particular video, feel free to comment. Also feel free to comment about any other TV comparisons that you would like. For instance, would you like TV comparisons in a similar fashion of televisions which are in the price range of 25 to 35,000? And if you would want comparisons of televisions which are bigger, for instance 50 inches or 55 inch or 65 inch televisions, would you want a comparison which is similar to this comparison that we just did? Feel free to mention that in the comment. The comment box is also for support. I would be very happy to answer any questions that you have in your mind, and I would do my best to make sure that I support as much as I can. Having said that, these videos that I make, they're not sponsored. The television research that I do it apart from my daytime work, and also there are certain purchases that I intend to make in the future, all from my pocket. They're not sponsored, nobody's paying for it. I am gonna pay for it from my own pocket. So what I mean to say is, it takes a lot of effort to make these videos, and it would mean a lot if you could just hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Now, if any of your friends or family members want to purchase a television, then please do share this video with them as well, and help them in making an informed decision at the end of the day. With that said, please do like and subscribe my channel again, and thank you for your time. Thank you for viewing this, and I hope all of you are safe, and happy viewing, happy purchasing, and also happy festival time to all of you, and may God bless you all. Until the next time, this is me signing off. Take care, folks.